If you know 100 words in a list, the words in the middle, you can't use them. You have to go through the whole list to find them because your brain doesn't work that way. It's not meant to. All right? Instead, you need questions because questions build on what you already know. Questions help you to form relationships. So, if I say, for example, that we have a word dictionary, I talk about a dictionary, and you think to yourself, these first couple letters, maybe they have a meaning. Maybe you've seen them somewhere else. Maybe it's in court where there's a verdict, right? Maybe you know somebody's name. Maybe you've been doing some reading and you know this name, Benedict. Maybe your teacher has told you to improve your diction, right? There are dozens of words that have these letters in them. And if you can start to ask, if you start being curious and asking questions, then instead of trying to learn a list of words, fire, shui, water, instead of doing that, you start to make relationships. And you start to learn. You can tie the ideas together, okay? That's how learning works. Your brain loves relationships, all right? It really likes to connect ideas together. That's why we designed computers to work the way they do. It's how we think. That's why the internet is the way it is. It's how we think. If everything is just in a straight line, 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, then it doesn't stay, it doesn't work, okay? So, you need to ask questions if you want to learn. Sometimes you don't know what questions to ask, so maybe I can help you to think about what you can ask. 有可能是太多的问题. Everything is a question. What should you ask first? Maybe that's the problem. But maybe if we talk about it a bit, then you can start thinking of some of these relationships for yourself. And then you can ask, if this is a meaning, what does this mean? What about this one? Right? So, this is how we learn. We need to ask questions. But there are always people who want a fast and easy way to learn. What do you guys think? 有没有可能是很快、很简单的可以学英文? You think there's a fast, easy way to learn English? 有没有? Wait. Good. 一定没有. Yeah, absolutely not. There's no simple, easy way to do anything that matters because it's over too fast. Why do you think I hate cell phones? 我说手机不可以了，为什么？它也有字典，为什么不可以了？我是外国人，我们都是不一样。Is it like that? 台湾人、外国人都是不一样。So if I'm a foreigner, then my way of doing things is different. Cell phones don't work to learn language for one easy reason. It's too easy. You have a question. What's that word? You look in your cell phone and you find the answer. Right? You have a question, you have an answer. It's right away, it's too fast. It's the same thing as this. Your brain doesn't have time for the question to grow. There's no time for your brain to build these relationships. have a question, you have an answer. Tomorrow, you'll have the same question. You'll need to look it up again. That's the problem with cram schools, you know, 补习班. You guys all go to 补习班 when you were in school, right? Why? 为什么需要补习班? Yeah, but why? Why do students go to 补习班? But it's not fast. You spend more hours every day in school. It takes more time. You know what happens when you send your children to schools all day long? The children have no time to play, so they play in school. And when you come to university, you don't know how to learn because all of your teachers just teach. You sit there and the teacher talks, and then your brain fills up and you go to the next class, and the teacher teaches and you just sit there. And then you go to the next class, and the teacher teaches, you just sit there. And the next day you have to do it all over again because you forget it all. So you have to go to cram schools, you have 补习班, you have extra classes. And the teacher has to tell you the same thing again and again and again because you're not learning it. You're just being taught. 你们了解我的意思吗？所以这样子真的不好。It sounds easier. You don't have to work. You don't have to do anything, right? 是很简单，不用了解，不用学习，不用学东西，可以这样子。老师说可以听，老师说可以玩， right? When the teacher is talking, you just do your thing, and after a year, you go to the next class, right? But it doesn't work. You're not better students. If you want to try something, when you're parents, when you have children, don't send your children to the extra classes. Your children go to school from morning until afternoon. What? 8点到3点差不多，还是7点到5点， whatever. One day. And then in the evening, they come home. Weekends, no class. Summer, no class. Chinese New Year, no class. You try it, and you find your children learn more. Okay? You believe me? You understand me? My son is in junior high school. He's in the second year in junior high school. His teacher kept saying he needs to go to all of the extra classes. Never let him go. In the summer, my son stays home. In Chinese New Year, my son stays home. He comes home after school, like at 4 o'clock, not at 7 o'clock. He comes home in the evening. He's the top student in his school. Okay? Because children need time to learn. That doesn't mean they need more time in a classroom. It means they need time to ask questions, right? And if you're sitting in a classroom, you're just being taught. So, 用手机不好. What's the better way then? Do any of you have a dictionary, a real dictionary? If you want to learn a language, any language, 不一定是英文，如果是日文还是德文还是都可以。If you want to learn a language, this is what you need, right? Because it's more work. You have to take time to read, right? It takes time. Maybe you don't understand, so you need to look somewhere else for answers. It's time, it's work. But the more time you spend, the more you work, the more time, the more you work, the deeper your hole goes. And you really learn, right? Is your brain like a muscle? 脑是跟肌肉一样吗？ if exercise is easy and fast, 有没有用? If I want nice big muscles, and I go like this, 可以吗? No. If I do it like this, then that's nothing. It doesn't make any difference. What I need is something heavy, something that will make it work, right? You need time and you need work. Same thing. So, 有了解我的意思吗？学习需要问题，需要时间。You need time in order to really learn. You need to work. There's no fast way, there's no easy way. But there are easier ways than what you do. Okay? Memorizing doesn't work. Making relationships, that does work. That's how your brain works. And it doesn't mean just English. 语言的问题也是不同的问题. It's for everything you want to learn. If you want to learn